So we'll call the meeting to order. We do have a quorum present. Did everybody have a chance to look over the minutes from March 9th?
Yeah, I didn't see anything.
Looked over it. It looks okay.
Great. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can get my screen back. Here we go. Okay, perfect. So do we have a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Jack Tidwell. Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Agenda item number 3, consideration of a letter for exterior lighting for Skytrax Old Town Locksmith located at 316 South Mill Street.
Right, this is a sign that came before the committee back in, back in February 10th, it was approved. The applicant has since installed this gooseneck lighting and is seeking approval for the lighting as shown here. The lighting is the same gooseneck lighting, which is found across the street in the Awesome Center. It meets all of the Old Town requirements for lighting of signs, etc. The staff recommends approval. Are there any questions?
Nope.
No. Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. We have agenda item number 4, consideration of a letter of design approval for the projecting sign located at 109 West Main Street. Yes, for the loft. Bear with me. Let me jump down here to these pages. Okay.
All right, so 109 West Main Street has multiple businesses in this location. There's the Main Street Mark on the first floor, the Old Town headquarters, and now the lounge, which is a new event space that's located here. The property owner is looking to install a new sign at the northern elevation and kind of the rear portion of this building to advertise the entrance and that the lounge is at this location. It's a projecting sign. It has a neon lit sign with gold, white, and blue neon bulbs around it, and it also has LED style bulbs that mimic old incandescent bulbs for this. So our Old Town Code, the only type of indirect lighting it allows is, direct lighting allows is neon lights. So there'll have to be a modification to allow these LED bulbs. Like here now, the applicant did provide an example of what these will look like. So it's proposed to be a more warmer bulb than typically what you would think of LED lights. And an example of where these lights are present in Old Town right now is the We Plus You sign has this type of bulbs as well, but they would require a modification approved by the committee. Everything else regarding the sign, the size, the height, the material requirements, all meet the Old Town Sign Code as proposed. And I know the sign contractor just joined the meeting as well. So if you have any question about the sign itself or these bulbs or anything of that nature, I'm sure he's available for questions.
And John, would you stop sharing your screen for the discussion portion?
I stopped sharing my screen.
No, would you please stop sharing your screen for the discussion portion in the voting?
No problem.
Does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns?
I've just wanted to confirm on the packet the Eno's sign. Where is that located? Is that a local sign? And that's definitely the LED technology, correct?
Kenneth?
Yeah, that is, it's local. It's at there's like the new Cypress Waters over in like near MacArthur and 635 and
Okay.
far north, basically Capel. And yeah, that's neon, and the little bulbs those are LED bulbs. They're light bulbs with LED. They're basically light bulbs with LED filaments. You can't see the LEDs.
So it is a combination. We're
Yes.
looking at a combination sign. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, the
John, I think
lettering.
you could- yeah. Sorry.
So the lettering that says the lounge and the arrow that's going around the bulbs, that's all neon. That's all
Okay.
real neon.
Thank you for the clarification. Yes.
Yeah, I don't have any questions or concerns with any of it, really.
John, I think you kind of touched on it, but the ordinance says that a light source for any sign has to be shielded. Is that what you were talking about, having an exception for this?
Right. It says, I believe the wording might be indirect or direct lighting. So really before, I mean, the previous case is a perfect example, is that gooseneck lighting or something like that has been typically what's been allowed by the ordinance. Now we have allowed halo lighting as well. That kind of meets the intent of this. But as far as any bulbs on the sign itself, the code specifically says that it only would allow neon light. But the committee is allowed to make modifications to the lighting type for any.
I mean, it'd be hard for me to say I have an issue since I guess I had mine in before. I didn't realize that it was not allowed, or no, I did realize it was not allowed before. I guess this was not obviously included back in the day when I got my signage. But I don't necessarily have a problem with it, obviously, since I have the same signage.
My only other question would be: are we in our initiative to approve? Do we need to add something to make sure we're not setting an inadvertent precedent?
You would just approve it with a modification to allow the LED bulbs as presented.
Okay, and that would prevent that. Okay.
Anyone else who would want to do this will have to request the same modification.
Then I would move to approve with that modification.
Second.
You have a second?
Yes.
Second. Yeah.
Sorry. And then all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay.
On that note, since we're talking, is it just the LED particular bulb? Or is it just those exterior lights that go around? Because I'm thinking about, I have a bunch out on mine. I'm at a point where I need to replace them. And I was thinking about LED replacement instead of the incandescent like I have. No issue with me replacing those with LED, or do I have to come in front of y'all?
The way the sign code reads is it's you're not supposed to see the source of the light unless it's neon. So yes, it would need a modification to that standard for LED or incandescent.
So this,
Okay.
and this goes to the question that I was aiming at was, if this was, is there a neon equivalent for those lights? Or is this just, with this style of light, I've always seen it with either an incandescent. So could it be done with a neon with the same type of bullet effect?
No, not really. You can make a round that big of a, you can make a round circle, but it wouldn't look like that. It would.
Okay.
It wouldn't. You can't recreate that. That's kind of why they've always had those incandescent bulbs along with neon on these type of old style signs, you know.
Well, as the item is history, I'm for future discussion. And as we look at the design guidelines, if we indeed like this type of sign, which I think it's attractive, we may want to find some way of addressing this type of lighting to make it either make it more the process more streamlined, or kind of put the modification down as kind of a standard approach.
That's definitely something that we can look into with the code overhaul. If and I think that's a good idea if this is a kind of light that people do generally like to see in Old Town.
I can assure you it's probably a lot less expensive. Okay, well, is there anything else? We ready to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
Thank you, virtual panel.
Yep. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah. Thanks.
Sure, Kenny, Kevin.
Hey, Jonathan, do I just need to at some point come back and just sign whenever we get back over there? No big deal until then?
Yeah, well, it's something we won't worry about until we can all be at the office.
Okay, great. Sounds good. Well, thank you.
Thanks, Amanda.
Bye.